In the ancient kingdom of Dharanagar, there lived a wise and noble prince named Vikram. He was beloved by his people, known for his kindness, wisdom, and unwavering sense of duty. His father, King Virath, had ruled justly for many years and was now preparing to pass the throne to his son. One evening, as Vikram sat by the temple courtyard, his mother, Queen Malini, approached him with solemn eyes. "My son," she said, "before you take the throne, there is something you must know." She revealed a long-forgotten promise. Years ago, the king had vowed to a trusted ally that his son Satyajit would one day rule Dharanagar. That promise had faded over time, but now the ally had returned, asking for the king's word to be honored. Vikram was shaken. The throne had been his destiny since birth, and now it was being taken away by a promise he had no part in making. Anger and sorrow clouded his heart. "Mother," he said, "is it fair to give away my right for a promise made without my consent?" His mother placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Dharma is not always about what is fair to us, but about upholding what is right." That night, Vikram wandered through the moonlit palace gardens, torn between his desires and his duty. His mind drifted to the tale of Lord Rama, the Prince of Ayodhya. Rama had willingly embraced exile for 14 years to honor his father's word. He had given up a throne that was rightfully his, not out of weakness, but out of the strength of righteousness. With a deep breath, Vikram understood his path. At sunrise, he stepped into the royal court, where the entire kingdom had gathered in anticipation of his coronation. His father sat on the grand throne, guilt heavy in his eyes. The ally's son, Satyajit, stood to the side, nervous yet hopeful. Vikram turned to the people of Dharanagar and spoke with a steady voice. "A king's word is sacred. If my father gave his promise, then I shall uphold it. I renounce my claim to the throne." Gasps filled the hall. The king's eyes brimmed with tears. "My son, you do not have to do this." Vikram smiled. "I do, father. A man's honor is measured not by what he gains, but by what he is willing to sacrifice for righteousness." The kingdom watched in awe as Vikram stepped back, his heart at peace. Satyajit, overwhelmed, fell to his knees. "You are the true king, Vikram," he said. "A throne may be given, but virtue cannot be taken away." In the years to come, Vikram's name was remembered not as a king who ruled, but as a prince who upheld Dharma, a lesson that echoed through time, just as Rama's sacrifice had. True greatness lies not in power or position, but in honoring righteousness, even when it comes at a personal cost.